Hey everyone, this is Stellar Firefly, and this is a relatively quick tutorial about how to get yourself a custom black market trader onto your Overpoch Namalsk map. This is being made because of the distinct lack of a black market trader within the Overpoch Namalsk map, and some have been wondering how to get one there. Note that this is a very brief and specific tutorial that deals only with the Overpoch Release 1 servers running with the Namalsk map as created by the GTX Gaming server host. You can use these basic steps for other setups on other hosting providers, but we won't be covering all of the different details that you may need to know for those other providers, like how to determine your particular instance numbers, or custom trader files in different locations, or dealing with PBO packaging yourself, or how to create custom sales lists, or not anything like that. There are lots of other lengthy and more detailed tutorials out there that cover these general cases. This video is just for all of my buddies on GTX running out-of-the-box Overpoch plus Namalsk who want to get that black market trader in there. We're going to assume that you already have Overpoch installed with the Namalsk map, and that you're using the GTX setup, and that it's already up and running correctly. This video is going to mention two different methods of doing it. A super easy way and well, not a hard way. It's still pretty easy, but there are a few more steps. With the super easy method, we're going to just modify an existing trader so that the black market items will be added to his list of stuff to trade. With the second, kinda easy method, we're going to actually create a brand new trader and place him anywhere on the map we want. First, the super easy way. First of all, we want to make sure the server is stopped. We can't make changes to a running server. We want to head over to the TC Admin control panel and click on the File Manager. In there, navigate to MP Missions, and then to DayZ Epoch 11 Chernarus. Why are we going to Chernarus? Well, we don't actually want to do anything in there, but we do want to copy something from there. Look for the server_traders.sqf file and click on the little pencil icon next to it to open the file editor. In there we want to find the black market vendor, so just scroll around or use your browser's find feature, usually Control F, and search for black market. When you find this, select and copy the third line, the one that has the text of all of your guys' menus: black market ammo, black market weapons, and explosives. Paste it into a text file somewhere for safekeeping. Our goal here for the super easy method is just to add these to an existing vendor in Namalsk. So click on the cancel button at the top because we don't want to edit the Chernarus traders. Navigate to the MP Missions DayZ Epoch 15.namalsk folder. Find the server_traders.sqf file and click on the little pencil icon again. Now here's where we want to decide which lucky trader gets the black market items added to his inventory. On our own server we gave it to AWOL, the Air Vehicles Trader, so we'll just use him as an example for this video, but you can use anyone that you wish. Scroll around until you find him or do a search. Now all you want to do is paste the stuff in that we copied earlier from the Chernarus black market trader. The trick here is that you want to get the format correct. Each menu item is some text and a number inside of square brackets, and that whole list is inside another set of square brackets. Just make sure you keep the same format and don't make a typo, or your trader may be totally broken until you fix it. Also make sure to not overwrite the trade menu items that already exist there. We want AWOL to keep selling aircraft, along with his new black market goods. And finally, there's one little extra thing that I recommend that you change, though you don't really have to. You may have noticed at the end of AWOL's little section here the word friendly. This means that bandits would never be able to buy or sell stuff with him, not black market items, and not even his original airplanes and helis. Seems kinda unfair to me, and I'm not sure why he was made that way to begin with. But let's even the playing field a bit and change him to neutral. Now anybody can buy or sell from him, both his aircraft and, if we made the changes correctly, his black market gear. Don't forget to click on Save at the top. Then just start up your game server, head on over to AWOL, and make sure the black market stuff actually shows up. If it doesn't, then just go back and look for any typos. Okay, that was super easy. But how about if you don't want to modify an existing trader? How about if you want to add a brand new trader next to AWOL or really anywhere else that you want to on the map? Alright, let's do it. It's a bit more involved than the previous method, but overall it's still kinda easy. The first thing we need to do is exactly the same as before. Make sure our server is stopped, and then head over to the TC control panel and click on the file manager. In there, navigate to MP Missions, and then to DayZ Epic 11 Chernaris. Open up the server_traders.sqf file in the editor, find the black market trader, this time, however, copy the entire section for the black market trader, not just his menu items. Paste it into a text file somewhere for safekeeping. For our next step, we need to choose a character object for our new trader. To do this, we need to first go back to our file manager and navigate to MP Missions, and then DayZ Epic 15 _Namalsk. And then open up the server_traders.sqf file in the editor. Now take a close look at this second line. It has a list of a bunch of character objects: GUE Villager 4, RU Farmwife 4, RU Farmwife 3, and so on. So why is this important? This is actually something that a lot of other tutorials totally forget to mention, or maybe they just don't realize it. But we have to choose a character object that is not already on this list. In other words, we can't have two traders that use exactly the same character object. This video won't go into detail on how to find all the different character objects that you can choose from. If you don't know how to find them all by either checking the PBO or using Infostar, then you probably can just Google a full list. For this example, we're going to use the character object called RU Functionary 1. It isn't being used by default in the GTX Overpoch Namalsk setup, and if you don't want to bother with searching for one yourself, then just go ahead and use RU Functionary 1, like we are. Type it into your text notes so that you don't forget, or if you choose a different one, type that one into your text notes. And make sure that it's spelled correctly and with the proper capitalization and underscores. Okay, now we have to figure out where to place our new trader. The easiest way to do this is if you're set up as an Infostar admin on your server. And if you have access to shut down your server and make all these changes, then I'm going to assume that you are an admin or that you can make yourself one. As an Infostar admin, just turn on your admin debug info when you log into your game. You notice that along with the rest of the usual debug info, as an admin it also shows your current coordinates and your facing. Now go over to where you want your new trader to stand and face in the direction you want your new trader to face. Check your positioning, and then just look at your admin debug info and write down the numbers that it says for your position and your facing. Position should be 3 different numbers separated by a comma. Facing should be a single number. Copy those numbers into your text notes so that we can use them later. Alright, now we actually have all the info that we need to create our brand new trader. Shut down your server again if you have to, because we're about to make some changes. First, let's add the actual trader into the game. Head over to your TC admin control panel and click on the Extract PBO button. When it asks if you want to execute the script, press OK. It's really important that you wait for the script to finish. So wait until it says that you may close the window. Then, close the window. Now click on the File Manager icon again and navigate to Archives, then @DayZ Epic Server, then Add-ons, then Missions, then DayZ Epic 15.Namalsk. Note that we're in the Archives folder now, not in the MP Missions folder like earlier. Don't get the two mixed up. Find the mission.sqf file and click on the pencil icon to edit it. Now there's a ton of info in this file, but we want to find the first item that begins with _unit_. So hit Control Left to use your browser's find function and search for _unit_. The first one it should find is _unit_3 with a bunch of code following it. This is actually one of our existing traders. Select that whole chunk of code just like I'm doing here, including the _unit_3 line, all the way to the ending curly brace and semicolon, and copy it into your clipboard. Now scroll all the way to the bottom of this file. Paste a copy of that entire block at the bottom, just above where it says Process Init Commands. Now we're going to customize this copy and turn it into our new trader. The trick here is that we need to give it a unique ID number that isn't being used by any other objects. So just to be on the safe side, we're going to start at the number 1000, which is way higher than the numbers already being used. Change the number 3 into a 1000 on the first line, and then again on the fifth line where it assigns it _this. Then on the fourth line, change this first string in quotes into the character object that we decided to use. For this example, RU_functionary1, just like we have in our notepad. The three numbers right after our character object, set them to the position values that we copied over earlier from the Infostar admin debug window. Then finally, on the sixth line, after the setdir command, change that number to the facing value that we copied earlier from the admin debug window. Leave everything else exactly as it is, and then press the Save button at the top to save our changes. Now go back to the top of the TC Admin control panel and click on the Create PBO icon and execute the script. Once again, make sure to wait until it says that it's all finished before closing the window. Alright, our trader's in the game now. Let's fix him so that he'll actually trade stuff. Click on the File Manager again and navigate to MP Missions, then DayZ Epic15.Namalsk. Find server_traders.sqf and click on the pencil icon next to it. Remember our list of traders on line 2? Now we can add ours to the list. Make sure you keep with the same syntax. Put the object name between double quotes and separate him from the rest with a comma. It actually doesn't matter where in the list you put him, so we'll just toss him in the front. Now, we'll go back to our notes and copy over the black market trader entry that we copied from the Chernaris file. We'll put it right at the top of this list. And finally, make sure to change the menu object name to match our new trader, RU_functionary1. Then click the Save button at the very top to save the changes that we just made. Technically, we can stop right here and we'd be all done, but let's do this the right way. You may have noticed when you open the in-game map that all of the traders' locations are marked there. Let's add a marker for our new trader. To do that, in the File Manager and in the same folder, find the mission.sqm file and click the pencil icon. Now we'll hit Ctrl F again and find where it says Class Markers. You'll find a block of code that begins with a line saying items equals 25. We're going to add another marker, so first change this line to say items equals 26. Now below it, you'll find a bunch of different class declarations, starting with item 0, item 1, item 2, and so on. Scroll down until you find the last one, item 24. Select all of the item 24 class code and copy it, and then paste a new copy of it right afterwards. Now we change this new class into item 25. Next, we change its position to the values that we copied earlier, but there's a catch. Of the three numbers for the position, in here we have to swap the last two numbers. Don't ask why, it's just that the world coordinate system being inconsistent with the map coordinate system. Just remember to swap them, or the map marker will be out in the middle of nowhere. The name you can set to anything, just change it to something that makes sense, like Black Market Vendor. The text will be what shows up to players on the map. The type can be left as mil_triangle to be consistent, or you can change it to one of the other types if you know what they are. The color name should be changed to color black, because the map marker for neutral traders are supposed to be black. Now don't forget to click on the Save button up top to save your changes. And now, we really are done. Just fire up your server again and head over to your new trader to make sure he works. If any part of him doesn't work right, then you should be able to go back to that particular item and see where any mistakes were made and fix them. To end with, here are a few questions that people may ask about all the steps that we did. First question, will these steps work with any server? The general steps will work, yes, but we really didn't go into any details because, as I said in the beginning, this is meant as a very specific tutorial for GTX Overpoch Namalsk servers. So we made a ton of assumptions, like, for example, the proper menu IDs for the black market trader were pulled from the instance 11 Chernarus files, because that's what's used for Overpoch Chernarus. But they actually point to the instance 17 Chernarus database entries because that's where GTX placed all of the Overpoch sales tables. Also, we didn't talk about at all how to create custom trade lists or how to attach them to any custom vendors and so on and so forth. You get the idea. The general steps are what need to be done for other servers, but you'll probably need to go into much more detail, do more work, and definitely make fewer assumptions. There's other tutorials out there that are more generic and thus work on a wider variety of servers than just GTX's, so take a look at those if you're not using a GTX server. Second question, what would happen if we use the same character object as an existing trader to make our new trader? The way the traders work in Epic servers is that they're associated with character objects. So if you made a new trader with the same character object as an existing trader, then that new trader will just be a clone of the existing one. If you then try to attach the black market menus to it, then you would turn all existing traders of that object into black market traders. So in short, to make a unique trader that isn't like the others, you need to use a unique object. Third question, how do I add items to a trader or remove items from a trader or change the prices on a trader? Well, to do that, you'll need to do some database editing, and that's a topic for a whole different tutorial. It's outside the scope of this one. But maybe I'll make a new video for doing that someday. Alright, let's go ahead and end here. Hopefully this was helpful to some of you. If you have any questions or encounter any problems, then feel free to post in the GTX Gaming forums, and hopefully I or someone else can help you out. Good luck, have fun, and watch your back.